The Indian and U.S. navies have completed a naval drill last month that focused on anti-submarine warfare, apart from information sharing and coordination between maritime patrol aircraft and surface combatants. The exercise was held on April 15th near Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. The exercise involved some of the most advanced anti-submarine warfare platforms in the world, the P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft from both navies, and Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer USS Spruance DDG-111 from the U.S. Navy. This comes at a time when both the U.S. and India are concerned about increasing strength of the Chinese Navy, especially its submarine force. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes Indo-US Anti Submarine Warfare exercise with an eye on China. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive military vehicle online game for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, in which you can go to battle on more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s. The game has an amazing attention to detail and focuses on a realistic combat experience, which is why knowing your vehicles and skill really makes a difference. It's easy to get into, and all you need to play is nothing more but your mouse and keyboard or controller. Immerse yourself in cross-platform combat with more than 20 million other military vehicle enthusiasts from all over the world. Download and play War Thunder for free using the link in the description below, and also get a free bonus tank or aircraft and 3 days of premium account. China has been one of the fastest growing major economies in the world for the last 2 decades. Its economic strength has enabled it to pour in a large number of resources in both men and material in its military. The Chinese military has made huge strides in hardware, both in terms of quality and quantity. Chinese Navy has got a fair share of upgrades and has been moving from being a brown water Navy to a blue water Navy. Chinese submarine fleet boasts of nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines, as well as nuclear and conventional-powered attack submarines. Nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines provide China with second-strike nuclear capability. Viewers may note ballistic missile submarines are the most dependable leg of nuclear triad, whose other legs are land-based ICBM and nuclear bomb-capable long-range bombers. They can roam below the surface of the water, away from the eyes of military satellites and recon aircraft, making them hard to detect and track. Nuclear and conventional powered attack submarines enable it to tackle enemy submarine and surface ships, as well as hit land targets from underneath the ocean surface. While the Chinese subs are still significantly behind when it comes to acoustic and infrared signature when compared to American counterparts, they are improving with time. Chinese submarines have been spotted in the Indian Ocean, though these have not been frequent. The relation between India and the U.S. has been growing stronger and stronger. The major breakthrough was achieved after the signing of India-United States Civil Nuclear Agreement, which is also known as the 123 Agreement. Similar strategic interest and democratic values have pulled the two countries closer. The common goal of standing against China hegemony in the region has cemented the relationship further. India and U.S. has agreed on 2 vital military agreements, LMOA and COMCASA, which have long-term strategic impact. LMOA, or Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, simplifies logistics sharing. The U.S. Navy plans to deploy 60% of its surface ships in the Indo-Pacific in the near future, instead of having to build facilities virtually from the ground up, as in Afghanistan and Iraq. The U.S. now has the benefit of using Indian facilities. The U.S. has a large number of bases around the world, and this will be strategically very helpful for India. Here's an example to understand it better. Think of a situation where U.S. vessels need fuel and supplies from their Indian counterparts. Instead of having to pay in cash for them, India will simply maintain a ledger balance for the transactions, which is cleared in one go at the end of the fiscal year. Similarly, if an Indian naval vessel suffers a maintenance problem while visiting the U.S. for an exercise, the repairs are done at an American port. COMCASA, or Communications, Compatibility, and Security Agreement, enables interoperations between U.S. and Indian military. Prior to the agreement, the United States had to remove advanced communication equipment from all military platforms sold to India, such as the P-8I. For example, the United States had to place less secure temporary systems on Indian units so the two sides could communicate during bilateral exercises. On a high level, it can be said that the Indo-US relationship has moved into being strategic ties. The P-8 Poseidon is developed by Boeing and is modified from the 737-800 ERX. The P-8 is equipped with radar, optical, and sonar sensors to detect submarines. It's able to drop and monitor sonobuoys, which are basically expendable sonar systems. P-8 are armed with anti-ship missiles like the AGM-84 Harpoon and torpedoes like the Mark 54 torpedo, apart from equipping them with sea mines and several types of freefall bombs. P-8A is the American variant, and the U.S. has received delivery of more than 90 of these, with approximately additional 30 on order. P-8I is the customized Indian variant, and India has 8 of these with plans to acquire 16 more. Interestingly, the Indian variant has Telephonics APS-143 Ocean Eye aft radar system and a very advanced magnetic anomaly detector that are not present on the American variant. Arleigh Burke-class warships were designed as multi-mission destroyers capable of anti-aircraft warfare (AAW), anti-submarine warfare (ASW), and anti-surface warfare (ASUW). With an overall length of 509 feet or 155 meters and displacement of about 9,200 tons, Arleigh Burke-class destroyers are among the largest destroyers built in the United States, and the U.S. Navy has 66 Arleigh Burke-class warships in active service. For anti-submarine warfare, the class has AN-SQS-53C sonar array and AN-SQR-19 tactical towed array sonar. It has RUM-139 vertical launch ASROC anti-submarine missile and 2 Mark 32 triple torpedo tubes for Mark 46 or Mark 50 torpedoes. The warship of this class also carries up to 2 MH-60R Seahawk LAMPS 3 helicopters, which has its own ASW capabilities that include the ability to launch different types of torpedoes. This is the first bilateral anti-submarine warfare exercise after COMCASA was signed. Deployment of P-8 Poseidon and Arleigh Burke-class destroyer USS Spruance for the exercise indicates that India and U.S. are taking the threat of Chinese submarines seriously, and rightly so. With India and U.S. joining hands, China may have to reassess its high-handed strategy in the region. It's already embroiled in a dispute over the South China Sea, and opening a new front in the Indian Ocean could stretch its forces.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.